like anyone has any questions on the top of your mind that you want to start off with? Shoot.
Oh, one of the primary issues that I was facing was like even when you generate a lead and you pass it on, they mention that it's a bad lead and avoid paying. So how do you tackle that part?
Yeah. So what was the bottom line? Did you probe a little further to find out why they think it was a bad lead? Is it because the lead didn't pick up the phone or never answered, never
Yeah,
spoke to them?
that was with meta ads. That is one of the major issues that we face. That when we do pass on the lead and
Mm.
the prospect that when the business used to call the prospect, they used to either not pick up the call, and if they did pick up the call, they used to mention that we did not fill the form. So that
Okay.
was one of the major issues that I faced.
Okay. Okay. So like I face this issue as well, and I'm sure everyone who's in this lead generation space has faced this complaint that the leads are bad. Uh, I think there are three or four things that you can do to actually mitigate that. The first one is just setting the right expectations. If your clients are going to think that you send them 100 leads and they're going to speak to all 100 leads, that's impossible. So you have to set that expectation that with with lead generation and with this entire purchasing of leads from an agency, you're going to be speaking to about 60 to 70% of your customers, of your leads at the most. If you can get anywhere above that, your client has an amazing follow-up process, and you- they're gonna kill it with your leads. But you have to set that expectation that 60-70% of the leads you're going to speak to, the other 30 to 40% either will never pick up the phone or will convert at some point of time in the future, maybe 6 months down the line, 12 months down the line. Nobody knows. So that's number one, expectation setting. Number two is so Adarsh, with your ads, what was what is the call to action? Were you doing landing page ads? Were you doing lead forms?
It was
What
mainly
kind of?
lead forms. Yeah, we started with lead forms mainly.
It was mainly lead forms. Okay.
Yeah.
So with lead forms, now I found that there are a few things that are very important. So recently, Meta has released this OTP verification. So that's number one. You can improve your lead quality by just tick marking this OTP verification checkbox over here. Require SMS verification. That's
Got
number
it.
one. So you're going to get good phone numbers. Number two is you need to have a few screening questions. So with my lead forms, I have one, two, three, four, and then I have full name, phone number, zip code. So seven questions for them to that they have to answer before they can submit a lead. So the more questions you have, the more friction it causes, and the more effort it takes these leads to submit an inquiry, and the higher quality you're going to get. Your cost per lead is going to increase a little bit, but it's just the way it is. So screening questions. Another thing is, don't have screening questions which are yes and no answers. Keep your questions open ended. So instead of asking a yes or no question, you can ask open ended questions that force your lead to actually read each option and then select one of them. Just to give you an example, we to give you an example, this is one of the companies that we were working with. If you see their screening, all their questions are yes, no. So have you worked for 5 of the last 10 years? Yes. Have you been unable to work due to yes? Are you getting treatment? Yes. Do you currently have? No. Are you currently working with an attorney? No. So these are all yes, no questions, and they're going to give you lower quality leads. But on the other hand, if you have open-ended questions that actually get details, so let me show you an example. So just show you an example of a form. So, okay, this is the same niche. Okay, those guys were Social Security Disability Insurance (SSDI). These are also SSDI screening questions. The purpose of the questions are the same, but it's going to be asking multiple choice with four different options. So, select your age range, 50 to 55. Are you currently receiving Social Security? No, I've never applied. No, I was denied. Want to appeal? Yes, I receive SSI only and want to apply for SSDI. Yes, I'm already receiving benefits. They have to choose either one. It's not a simple yes or no. So let's say they choose denied and want to appeal. Have you worked for five of the last 10 years? Instead of saying yes or no, you're getting deeper into the answer. So you're saying, I've worked for more than 7 of the last 10 years. I've worked for 5 to 6. Less than 5, haven't worked in the last 10 years. So, you're getting that granular information from your leads. Same thing. How long has your condition affected your ability to work? Instead of saying, has your condition affected your ability to work, yes or no, you're asking them, how long has the condition affected the ability? So then you can say, stopped working for, expect to be out for at least 12 months. I've been out of work for 6 to 12 months. I've been out of work for 1 to 3 years, been out of. So you get the idea. Instead of asking yes or no questions, you're opening up the question to four different options and getting your lead to select one of them. So yeah, OTP verification, increasing the number of screening questions, using open-ended questions in your screening. And then you should also have at the end of your form, um, you should have a call to action over here. So either you can do a click to call, which is the phone number, and the lead can actually just call somebody, or you can do a click and they go to a booking calendar where they can book an appointment. So those are the four things you can do on the ads or the form side of it. And the one that's actually the most important, which will which is the main reason others you're getting these objections that the leads are bad, is because your clients are not calling in the leads fast enough. So
Hmm.
you send them the lead, they call an hour later, they call at the end of the day, they call the next day, they are not going to get the lead on the phone, they're going to complain about the lead quality and they're going to blame it on you. The clients I've had really good success with, they have staff that are whose job it is to only call new leads. So as soon as the lead comes, within 60 seconds, the staff is calling the lead, getting them on the phone, qualifying them, booking the appointment. So also comes down to the quality of the client. If you can screen out at the start whether they have staff to pick up the phones when a lead calls, whether they have staff to call a lead instantly when you send them a lead, all those things come into the picture. So so yeah, one thing that we're actually going to be testing out very soon is we're doing AI calling to not to qualify leads, just to actually transfer leads to the client. So just to give you all a brief, I've been in the painting niche for the last 2 years, but it's very restrictive because of the locations. Like, as you know, painters can only work in that 20-30 mile radius.
Hmm.
So I'm expanding into a new niche, which is going to be national. Um, it's gonna so the clients they can be any part of the US and they can service leads from any part of the US as well. So it's gonna broaden the entire market for leads. So what we're actually testing is we're testing out calling the lead as soon as the client purchases it. We're not going to be doing any qualification. All we're doing is we're just calling the lead, confirming that it's the right person, and we're transferring the call to the client. So either we're transferring it to the owner or we're transferring it to the office. This happens instantly. So lead is submitted, client purchases it, AI calls within 3-4 seconds. That person is probably still on Facebook or on Instagram, scrolling, and they get a call. The AI says, "Hey, is this so and so person?" Yeah, it is. Okay, let me connect you with this company. They'll take over from here. AI does the transfer, and that's taken care of. So um, we're going to be testing this when we launch. Um, yeah, I'm going to be building this in public. If you guys want to follow along, I was I think I need about another week to get this going. And then next week, I'm planning to launch some ads to get the first set of buyers for the leads. Some law firms. I'll be launching that next week, and then probably I think it might take a week or two to start closing some deals once I get the hang of the way they speak and what you've got to say on the call. I think it's a little nuanced for every niche. So it'll take me a couple of weeks to kind of figure that out. But hopefully by mid-August, we're gonna have this up and running. I'll document it as much as I can, and anyone who wants to follow along is more than welcome to. Adesh, did that answer your question?
Yeah, that two aspects like stood out. One being like I had the notion that having more questions increases the friction, right? That
Yeah.
also makes the person leave out early, like, okay, I'll do it later. That
Hmm.
was one thing which I had in my mind.
Hmm.
The other thing being like calling them as soon as possible. Usually, as far as I remember, they used to call like at least 6 hours after the lead.
Yeah.
So I think that might have affected the lead quality a bit. Yeah.
No, that 100% it affects the lead quality, man. I'm telling you. If I've worked with clients, I told you now, who have like these, who have staff only whose job is only to call new leads. They kill it with the leads. They are
But how
making
about like smaller firms like who do not have the staff or to call those leads as soon as possible? Like how do you
so so you have
do?
two options. One is you can go down the route of appointment setting as well, where you charge
Mm.
a premium to set appointments for the clients. But there's a lot of hassle in that, to be honest. I've tried it, I've done it. There's a lot of hassle, there's a lot of back and forth that you have to do. You have to have you have to have employees to actually do that. So I wouldn't recommend doing the appointment setting. What I would recommend is um, doing something like an AI live transfer, which calls a lead and transfers it to your client. That's one. Otherwise, if otherwise you can't really do much, man. Others, if it's a small
Yeah.
company and the owner himself is doing the fulfillment, going on the job sites and actually fixing things, and he's also calling leads, and he's also uh, going and doing his estimates, and he's doing everything. It's going to be very difficult for it to actually work out and get him to make a positive return on the investment with you.
Yeah. We need to
So
be, I think, clear on that part, I guess, because if he's not going to call them as soon as possible, it's not going to give you the returns that you expect. So
yeah, man, that is like the most important thing. So I'd suggest trying out some AI stuff. When I just started the agency like 2 years ago, there was all of this AI wasn't even mainstream at all. But now you've got a lot of platforms that will allow you to do AI calling, AI texting. For AI texting, we use Closebot, and that has been like really crazy for appointment setting, uh, the benchmarks and the conversion rates. So if you want to see, does anyone want to see like an example of the close bot conversation and the booking?
yeah, yeah, please.
Yeah, he's been doing really well. I think this close bot, the AI texting has been one of the key critical things that has been something that moved the needle. And then yeah, others you can experiment with AI calling as well. I wouldn't recommend doing qualification, especially if you're like if you start in legal or let's say debt relief or final expense, or if your leads are elderly people, there are these niches that service older people, final expense and debt consolidation and stuff like that. Your audience is only 50 plus, 45 plus. So you're not going to, they are completely against AI. So you cannot use AI to qualify, but you can use AI to improve speed to lead. So as soon as the lead comes, the AI can call, get the person on the phone and transfer to the client. So that I think will really solve this issue, Adarsh.
Yeah, I we need to plug in AI. The speed to lead is that part, right? Like I think I will experiment with that and see how it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do it. Just in full transparency, after operating this paper lead for like all these years, I found that there was no tool that could help me out with the stuff that I need. So we've actually built this software. not a pitch. Just want you guys to know because I don't want you guys to think that later that hey, I'm pitching my software or whatever. We built this software to solve the problems that we saw in our agency. Others, one of them was clients complaining about bad leads. So what we did is we started tracking average speed to lead. So you can see here my clients average 1 hour 45 minutes to call their leads. So that is really bad. But we are in the process of building out this AI, uh, this AI call. We've actually already built it. We're just going to launch it. We've got this AI assistant which we've enabled. You can just prompt it, select the fields that you want him to collect, give him a calendar, give him some basic info, and the AI will call new leads instantly and just transfer to whoever has bought um, your lead. Um, yeah, Adesh, you are free to go and make an account with the software. It's free to get started. You can use all of the features, the caller, you just have to probably buy some credits for the AI, like $10 worth or something that will give you like a ton of minutes to run these calls and test it out with your agency when you get started. Um, yeah, so you can go over to the website and just take a look at it.
I will definitely do that. Like,
Yeah. Anyone else? Any other questions? What about a lead generation process for my own agency? Okay, so Shubham, do you mean getting new clients for my agency? Okay, Shubham says yes. Um, anyone wants, Vineet, you said you ran an agency, right? Do you want to share what your how would you get clients? Let's hear from you, and then I'll tell you my process.
Okay. The agency that I ran was like a really long time ago. It was my brother. He worked at Amazon, and
Mm.
I we used to work with sellers on Amazon, and we used to help them resolve some issues if they had lost an account and things like that. So for us, leads were mostly through Reddit forums, Facebook groups, these kind of things, and mostly just posting on Reddit and Facebook groups. And I used to have these very organic looking posts
Okay.
saying that we worked at Amazon, so we know things how it works. Inside Amazon, how we could help you. No, not even that. It was very organic, and I would get leads to that. So that's how we used to do. I never ran ads or anything like that. It wasn't paid ads or anything like that. When I said I ran ad, that was for e-commerce. That is when I
Okay.
started drop shipping in the American market. That's when I ran Facebook ads, and even that was a long time ago, man. But yeah, that's how I did it.
Okay. So
Hmm.
let me share my screen and show you guys. Um, so for me, I've tried a lot of things. I've tried cold email, had success, got a few clients, but it wasn't the effort involved. Like, I don't know if anyone is familiar with running cold email campaigns, but there's a lot of effort involved. You need, the domains, the having those records in place, and then going into spam and warming up, and there's a lot of crap involved in cold email. We got some good results, but I cut that out. Done cold calling, got one or two deals, but again, like nowadays, people are being bombarded by so many calls that cold calling has gotten very difficult. You will dial 100, say you dial 100 leads, maybe five of them will even pick up the phone. And of those five people who pick up the phone, you might probably not even get one person who is willing to talk to you. So I cut out cold emailing. LinkedIn has not really worked for me just because of my niche, to be honest. Like I was in the painting niche, so painters don't really hang out on LinkedIn. What has worked for me is Facebook ads. I've ran ads to get clients. As you can see, maximum, and these are all of my client getting ads. Like you can see the names of these campaigns itself. Like I've done so many, and I spent in all $7,200, and I'd say 90% of my agency's revenue has come from these leads. So you can imagine like it's been a very, very positive return on the investment, like amazing return on investment. $7,000 to spend and you can make 400,000 in revenue is like insane. So my recommendation to everyone is if you have a budget, just start with Facebook ads. You'll reduce your stress a lot and you'll get results faster. I started with like $500 when I back in 2022, 2023, 24. And I'll show you the first campaign actually. If you want to see the very first campaign that I launched. Uh, yeah, it was really bad to be honest. It looked pretty pathetic. But
They're just
um,
image ads, is it?
yeah, I think what I found now is when you're doing B2B, image ads with your offer usually works the best. These B2B ads, people are like to the point. They just want to know what are they getting, what does it cost, and why are you different? Why should they choose you? They don't
Mm.
want like a video or explaining things about their own industry and all that stuff.
Right.
So um, yeah, I'll just show you an example. I think yeah, here. So I was getting $12 leads, ran it for a bit. Yeah, so all of these campaigns now, just to give you guys an idea, have come after like it's an ongoing process, okay? Like you test, you test, you test, you can see how many campaigns I've run. We can look at the campaign itself. My approach has changed a lot, but yeah, this is
Hi,
a
my name's
testimonial
Dale.
video
I'm
from
a
one of
painting
my
contractor.
clients who got some really good results. This is like just an image uh, calling out your audience. Painters want certain these kinds of jobs, get exclusive estimates. This is the price, and then it goes to a lead form where I collect the company name, how many leads do they want, full name, phone number, email. They submit that, and I would call the lead, talk to them, and convince them to sign up. So that is basically it. That's all I've done to get clients. Um, so yeah, you all saw the initial ads when I was just starting out. Let me show you one of the campaigns that was more recent, just so you get an idea of. See, uh, yeah, this is again another
Hi, my name's
testimonial
Joe
ad.
Garfido, owner of Garfido.
Um, Testimonial ads work pretty well. This is another
Hi, my name is
testimonial
Joe
ad.
Garcia.
Um, these work pretty good. And then let's see what else. We have 24 leads from this campaign.
Hey, Calvin, I got a question.
Yeah.
Do they know you're calling from India or?
Mm, to be honest, I've had like hundreds of conversations with these business owners. Maybe one or two have asked me where am I located. Literally one or two must have asked me where I'm located.
Mhm.
I've always been straightforward about it that I'm based out of India. My company is registered in the US. I should say our business is registered in the US, but I'm personally based out of India.
Mhm.
I should not try and tell them that oh yeah I'm here in Wisconsin or something like that. It's very disingenuous. So
Mm.
even if they didn't ask, I'm assuming they realized from my accent because it's quite obvious. I don't have much of an accent. I think more it's quite neutral. But
Mm.
you guys know, yeah.
Okay.
But don't worry about it. Don't keep that in your mind at all. The ones who are the business owners that you actually want to work with don't give a fuck about where you are or how you look or anything. They just care about results. Those are
Yeah,
the
that's
kind
true.
of people you want to work with.
Mm.
So
But you got an LLC down the road, right? Like it wasn't initially that you had an LLC there in the US.
actually, if you want to know the backstory of it, I had my media company registered way long ago in India as an LLP, limited liability partnership. So I got that registered, and then so the reason I got it registered is because I wanted Stripe, because I wanted to be able to collect card payments from clients.
Mm.
So I got the LLP registered, got the Stripe, everything. And then when I started this agency, I started it on the back of my Indian company. So I used to my clients would pay from the US. I would send my Indian Stripe account link to them to collect. to, and then they would pay from there. And I used to get killed with the fees, man. You cannot even imagine how much money used to get eaten into fees. Like literally on 1,000, on every $1,000, like on a 10 grand payment, I would spend like $700-800 just on fees, conversion fees,
Mm.
transferring the money from here to there, card payment fees, all of that was insane. I was losing a lot of money. So what I did was I did it for maybe a month or two just to make sure to convince myself that I'm not going to give up on this, or convince myself that this has some potential and it can work. And then I got the business registered in the US quickly, got a US bank account, got a US Stripe account, US Facebook ad account. So all of the assets now are in US dollars. No currency conversion, no extra fees. As far as possible, I would ask my clients to pay with a wire transfer, so the money goes straight into my bank account, zero fees. If they couldn't, I would collect payment by credit cards. I would pay 3%, but cost of doing business now.
Mm.
So so that is how I did it. If anyone over here is serious about um, starting a business and serving US customers, I'd recommend you prove your concept first, and then as soon as you are ready, get a US registered LLC. It doesn't cost too much. I'd say all in all, it for the first year of operating the LLC, it might cost you maybe $300 or $400, which is not a huge amount if you look at like over a period of a year how much you're saving on currency conversion fees and stuff.
Mm.
That's number one. Plus, your business seems way more legit, man. If you have a US address, that you can put on your website and stuff like that, and you can confidently say that yeah, our business is based in the US. So that gives you like a lot of confidence. So think about that. When I started, I did my registration through this company called Wyoming LLC. So my business is registered in Wyoming. But now there are a lot of guys who do it for way cheaper than what I had paid. So just do some research, find out the floor, and the basic process is you apply for an LLC, limited liability corporation. Um, that that takes maybe 1 or 2 days to get issued. So you'll get the certificate of that for the LLC within 1 or 2 days. Then you have to apply to the IRS to get your EIN, Employee Identification Number. So it's a US EIN number that every business has. So that takes about a week or two. You'll have to fax the paperwork to them. Then they see it and then they fax it back and all. They are in like some stone age, man. You cannot, there's no email, there's no nothing. It's very shitty. You can either send it by letter or you have to fax. So yeah, get the EIN. And then after you get your EIN, then you can apply for your Stripe account and your business banking account. So entire process takes about 3 weeks or so. Um, it's not too difficult. There's like this perception that it's like
And how much total money it takes?
it it depends. Yeah, it depends on who you. So it depends on who you do it through, because you need to. There's this entity called an agency that is US based, and your company is registered under that agency. So every agency charges a different amount. Every state is different. I think I pay around $300 or $400 a year to operate the business, because there are state filing fees that you have to pay to the state government. You have to pay the agent. You have to. There are small things here and there, but shouldn't be more than $300 or $400 a year to set up and operate the business.
Like, so you had to, you had to have this thing uh, logged in before, doing this business, like agency business.
See, you don't
Like
have
you
to
had
have it.
to,
You don't
or you
have to
had
have
like
it.
some other method.
No, you don't have to have it. Um, by the way, if anyone is like interested in switching on your cameras, please do. I'd love to see you guys here. You don't have to have it, but you have to have a way to collect money, right? You have to have a way to get paid. So
Yeah.
how are you going to get paid? You have to figure that out yourself. My strategy was I used Stripe. I was able to Stripe allowed me to collect credit card payments. It allowed me to collect Link and that Klarna. They have that pay later stuff. So Stripe allows me to process all of those payments, and then I had a US bank account which I could take wire transfers. If you're operating in India, you have to have a business register, so either proprietorship or an LLP, and then you can do it that way. If you're operating in the US, you don't have to, but at some point, once you know that your business is taking off and it has potential and it's going to grow, it is good to get the business registered in the
It's
US.
it's kind of a it's kind of an investment.
It's a amazing investment, trust me. As I was telling Vineet, it gives you that confidence to say my fucking business is registered in the US, whether I'm here in India or not. This is a US registered business. This is our information. This is what it is. Number one. Plus, you end up like just imagine if you're doing $100,000 in revenue per year. Okay, if you're doing $100,000 in revenue per year and you don't have a US a way to collect money in the US and you're collecting your money in India, you're gonna pay at least $7,000 in fees annually because it's with the currency conversion and the bank fees and the fuck all conversion rate that the banks give you when you get US dollars to India. With all of that, you end up paying 7 to 8% in fees. So, if you're doing $100,000 in revenue per year with your agency, you're spending $7 to 8,000 on fees. Compared to if you're doing it in the US, max you'll be spending is about three and a half thousand dollars on fees. So just think of the difference.
Yeah,
The
it's a big one.
credibility also adds up, I guess, like having a firm there.
It's huge. Credibility is huge, man. Like if you look at my website, man, this. I don't actually know if
By the way, have you ever faced issues with your Stripe account even after having a US based LLC company?
I have not. I have not had any issue with my Stripe account for the last 3 years. So,
Okay.
but I know a lot of people who get banned and blocked and stuff like that. I don't know. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, I have not had any issue with my Stripe account. Um, and as
Because
you can
mostly
see
with a
over here,
lot of chargebacks in e-commerce, when they have a lot of chargebacks, Stripe tends to block and hold their funds and things like that.
yeah, that's
Mm.
that's the case. I've I've not actually had a lot of chargeback. Maybe in the entire 3 years of operating the business, I've had two or three chargebacks, and that also like dickheads who have taken the service and 2 months later they decide that they want to process a chargeback and they try to scam me. I I think I won one or two of them, lost one or two, but it's like whatever. Yeah, it's just like to be honest, I just recently got a chargeback from a customer who like he's paid our agency. You will not believe this. He's paid our agency around $3,000 totally over a period of 2 months, and he has got revenue of over $25,000. But this fucker is still now coming and say doing a chargeback for $1,000 ka fucking transaction. What a
Great.
dickhead is! I fucking sent him an email and I sunad him. I like this is your standard or this is how you are. That after making so much money, you're fucking coming back and trying to scam a small business. Anyway, whatever. It is what it is. But I've not had a lot of chargebacks. And I was just telling you guys, see, I have my address, my company address at the bottom over here. And people come and actually see this. You might not believe it, but they come and see like where's this business. So it really helps having United States on your website. So anyone confused about what niche? Okay, let me ask you guys, who over here is considering actually getting into lead generation, getting into paper lead, and exploring this as an option?
Mm.
Vinit, you are? Are
Mm.
there few? Are there few? Um, okay, so we have three people. Vinit, Avarni,
Yeah.
Adesh. Okay, I know it's a difficult decision to make, but in my opinion, this is the easiest business to start. It requires the least amount of capital investment. Like if you compare to starting a restaurant or something, fuck, that's crazy. And yeah, it mostly depends on your skills. So, three of you guys, have you all decided what niche you want to get into? Have you thought about that?
Yes, yes, I have.
Avan, if you have, what
I
have you
haven't
decided?
thought about it yet.
Uh,
Who said
I
yes, I have?
decided to go.
Abhijit,
Me.
na? Yeah.
Yeah. So I've decided to go into home care niche.
Home healthcare for
Home
the
care.
elderly.
Exactly.
Elderly home care. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Vinit, have you thought about it?
No, man, none. I haven't done my research yet. The
No.
reason I was looking into this is because I've been in the lead generation space. I've also sold a lot of data in the US, data of CEOs and things like that. So I've
Hmm.
spoken a lot with Americans over the years, worked with a lot of Americans over the years. So when you put out that post, right? So it kind of
Hmm.
resonated with me because I've had all of those things in the past, and I was kind of I have capital now. I was looking to start something, so I
Hmm.
was kind of clueless what I was going to do. But then, yeah, so that's where I'm at. So I'll be doing my research now in the coming days,
Okay.
and which
I have a resource that might be a little helpful for you. But I just want to
okay.
ask Manan, what about you? You were saying something?
Yeah, like can I talk in Hindi if you don't
Yeah.
mind?
You can, but if you want to work with business in the US, you're gonna have to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
sure it
I
very,
know, I
very
get it.
fluent with English.
Uh,
But yeah,
like
yeah,
I was just
Hindi is
like
fine. Yeah.
saying, like like what if like we make like instead of focusing on particular niches, why can't we make it a all bound thing, like basically providing marketing services for like providing leads for all type of businesses instead of focusing on a particular niche.
Good question. Good question. So, um, just to give you guys an analogy, the most successful, um, if you look at the restaurant industry, the most successful businesses, which is KFC, McDonald's, Subway, all these global franchises, they don't have like our India where you go and you have a 25-page menu with each and every item in the world. They have burgers, fries, Coke. They have fried chicken. They have, they specialize in that thing, and that's how they stand apart from the crowd, and they have built their reputation on the back of that product that they specialize in. If you try to do everything and you say, yeah, I'm just a general marketing agency, I can help any business. There's no such business as any business. Nobody identifies with and say, yeah, I run a business that's any business. I will identify and say, I run a painting company, or I run an HVAC company, or I run a roofing company. And when you say that I run a marketing agency that helps roofing companies, then these guys know that this guy is specializing in what I need. You understand it? So when you start, just so that you maintain your sanity and you don't go crazy, it's good to start with one niche, but then you can always expand. You're not stuck to that one niche. Let's say, for example, you want to get into in the insurance niche. Okay, you start with car insurance and say, yeah, my agency specializes in generating leads for car insurance. Get 2 3 buyers for car insurance, get your agency off the car. Then you can add travel insurance. You can add renters insurance. You can add home insurance. You can add different types of leads within that vertical, so that then your company becomes the company for insurance leads. Make sense?
Yeah, completely.
So yeah, I mean, I would always recommend that you guys just start with one niche and then you can expand out. If you start with everything, you're just gonna go mad. Yeah, it's going to be too much.
Like, do we
Others,
need a website initially? Like, yeah, or we can do it only with that Stripe account and US LLC
no, no, you
with a
need a
website
website, man.
necessary.
You need a website. A website is necessary, to be honest. In these days, like people, if you don't have a website, it's people think that your business is a scam,
Yeah.
and
Even
no
with
one will.
websites, like people feel like sometimes it's shady. So without a website, it's
Yeah,
completely different.
100%,
What
man.
about like how do you like manage the revenue? Like, how is like on every lead, how do you generate revenue and what is the structure basically? Like, can you
Malan,
explain that?
you'll remember this question we were on the topic of niche selection. I just wanted to finish that.
Oh
So just
yeah.
remember the question I'll answer it. Okay. Others, have you decided on what niche you want to get into?
And no, after the initial HVAC and dental niches, I haven't decided, but I know like I need to start researching, but I haven't decided on the niche yet.
Okay, you haven't decided yet. Okay, cool. And what about you? I can't. Abhinit. What about you, Abhinit?
Yeah, hi. I talked to you on Reddit
Yeah.
last weekend. So, okay.
How I resonate with you because you worked in the US market. I worked in US market for like 5, 6 years down the line. So
Okay,
I used to sell flight tickets. I used to book hotels for
nice.
specifically US people. So see, I understand their psyche, how it works. So my right now, I also haven't decided that what exactly I want, whether I should want to continue in the travel or not. And I
Hmm.
don't know, like, are there many buyers who really wants to have those inbound call leads,
Yeah,
or whether I should generate calls through Meta? That's the one thing. The second thing which I'm really wants to get into is the pet care.
pet care.
Very
Okay,
huge.
like e-commerce or like dog walking and stuff like that.
Okay, so when I say pet care, I'm not talking about tangible products, intangible services like daycare for the pets, or let's say pet sitting,
Okay,
something like that. Because I
wow.
understand it's a huge market for the pets over there.
Yeah, definitely.
Very big market.
And the
A major
third,
market.
yeah. So that and I still exploring. Like, to be very honest, let me give you a context what I do. Caller in India, so I
Okay.
handle their accounts on a day-to-day basis. So that's the tangible thing I'm into. Like, I handle the
Hmm.
marketplaces, Flipkart,
Good, you
Amazon,
have that
everything.
experience then. You have a good foundation to build something of your own.
I do have an experience. I have a hands with Meta, but I never get into generating the leads, or maybe I could do anything for the US customers. And why I
Hmm.
want to do a US customers, because this is a
The money.
this is an eye opener for everybody. They pay money like anything. Like, you give them a very
The
good
money.
services, you give them a quality service. They don't mind paying you anything for that.
With you, if you work with US clients, know that you they have the potential to make like 10 lakhs from one client in 1 month. You have that potential. But in India, unless you have like a massive agency and you're working with these huge companies, you cannot get there.
You can't.
So
You just can't.
you cannot get there. So I in preparation for this call, I actually just built this tool because I knew that people would have like everyone keeps asking, how do I select the right niche? How do I know which industry to get into? What do I do? So what I did was I took all of the knowledge that I have around niche selection, like what are the parameters that I look at when I analyze a niche, whether it's good or not. So, and then I combined it with like the your personal experience and your personal network and your skills that you have, and then it's going to recommend like three different niches that you can explore. So anyone who's at the research stage, I'd recommend you go to this land page. I'll send a link. I'll send you guys the link. You answer a few questions, run paid ads, whatever. At the end of it, it's going to give you an output, and it's going to tell you. It's not only going to give you like take this one niche, two niche, three niches. It's going to tell you like this is the niche. This is what leads. What are the value of leads are to this particular client. This is how much you can charge. This is what the market is charging, and this is like this is the direction you can go into. So this gives you a good base to understand which niche you can get into and uh, explore. I'm not telling you that you have to 100% go by this, but it will give you just somewhere to start. Okay, check this out. I'll send you guys the link. Um, I created this Reddit community just so I could post the call recordings and stuff because I know people might want to go back and check it out. So if you guys want to join, you can join. I regularly post stuff in here. Actually, regularly because I just started this 2 days ago, but I'm going to be regularly posting. I'm going to be sharing stuff that I do because I am still quite deep into this. Like um, almost every day I launch new ad campaigns. I'm constantly thinking about new hooks, new angles that I can use for my ads, stuff like that. Automations, this, that. So I'll share as much as I can over here. Um, and check out the niche selector. It will help you. It will give you a base that you can start from. Manan, what was your question?
My question was about how do you like how is the revenue between the client and you is like decided, like how is the split basically on every lead you get for the client?
Hmm.
That was my
Okay.
question. Like, how do you decide the prices and payment structure and all that thing?
Hmm. Okay. So payment structure when you're just starting out. I know that there are a lot of agencies that do this net 7, net 15, net 30 stuff like that. I will not recommend anyone do that when you're starting. When you're starting, you either get paid in full upfront for a certain number of leads. So when I started, just to give you an example of my own start, the first client that I closed, I pitched to him that I will give you 10 leads. I will charge you $50 per lead. You pay me $500. Okay. He took that, he transferred the $500 to me. From that $500, I took about I think I ended up spending around 300, 350 on the ads, got him the results. He renewed, he repurchased. And whatever little profit I was making, I was putting that into Facebook ads again to get more clients for myself. So in that cycle, you will understand what your average cost per lead is. Now, I know from based on my experience from the past 2 years in my industry, it's going to cost me around $40 to $45 to generate a lead. I know that for a fact. So what I do is I price my leads at $100 starting. So the minimum price for the leads that I sell to my clients is 100, and then I charge for leads that are higher value. I charge 150. So I say, okay, if it's like a bigger job, I'll charge you 150. If it's a regular job, $100 per lead. So I know that I'm going to be making at least 50 to 60% profit, gross profit after my ad spend. Then you have your other expenses that you have to pay. You pay the governments, you pay Indian government, you pay your taxes, pay yourself, pay your employees, pay all your software, everything. You'll end up with about 20 to 30% net margins, which when you calculate that in US dollars, it's quite good.
Do
Can
you
I ask
always
you?
charge upfront from your clients?
Yeah, no, I tried doing this where I used to tell them, hey, look, I'll send you 10 leads, you check the quality of the lead and then you pay me later. But you're just screwing yourself in the ass here. It's
Yeah.
not a good idea. You are taking all of too much of the as it is paper lead, you're putting risk on yourself. Because if you cannot produce the leads, you have to give them a refund or you have to somehow give them the leads. So already paper lead is putting the risk on yourself. And then over and above that, if you tell them, no, you don't have to pay me upfront, you just take the leads, then you're saying like digging your own grave and sleeping in it.
Got it. Got it.
So I've learned that either pay upfront in full. So you take an order, like you pay. Let me give you an example. So this is basically called a lead distribution software. It's specifically what paper lead agencies use to just distribute leads. You know how these anyone familiar with Thumbtack Angie's? Anyone knows these two companies? Thumbtack Angie. Anyone knows this company called Lending Tree? No. So all these
I
companies.
guess Lending Tree is a payment gateway, if I'm not wrong.
No. Lending Tree is one of the biggest insurance marketplaces in the US. So basically, they have all these insurance agents on their platform, and then people who want to shop, like it's like that Acco and all that, or what is that? Like we have these
Policy
aggregators,
Bazaar.
Policy
Policy
Bazaar.
Bazaar.
Policy Bazaar and all, yeah. So it's like that. So basically, they have all the buyers. Lead comes in, and they send the lead to whichever buyer is wants to purchase the lead. That is what a lead distribution software does. With paper lead, you're going to need it. What we have with our system is our client will go and create an account and then say they'll buy $1,000 worth of leads. They'll recharge their wallet by $1,000. They get 1,000 credits. Now I have set the price between $100 to $150 based on the job size. So as soon as the lead goes to them, that $150 gets deducted from their credits, and it continues like that till they go down to zero, and then they have to recharge. So with this method, what happens is I am covered because I am collecting the cash upfront. So I'm not using my own money to run the ads. I'm using the client's money to run the ad, and then whatever's remaining is mine. The second thing that you can do is difficult to get paid in full when you're just starting out because you don't have that trust and you don't have those testimonials, reviews, and stuff like that, right? So the other thing you can do is you take 50% payment upfront. So let's say you're selling 10 leads, you're giving a test run of 10 leads to a particular client, and you're saying, I'm charging $100 per lead. You tell your client, pay me $500 now, and you pay me $500 later. You take the $500 and you put that towards the ads, get him the fucking crazy results, and then collect the remaining 500. So you're still covered, your ass is still covered. If they decide to screw you over and disappear, you're still not losing money. You've not made money, but you've not lost money. Right? So I would always recommend you guys to either try for first pitch pay in full, second pitch 50% upfront, or you can use a lead distribution software, get them to just go into the platform and buy credits. The money goes to your Stripe account. They have the credits over there and it just gets deducted as they get leads. That is how these big guys do it, yeah. These Thumbtack, Angie's, and these aggregators and stuff, no? That's how they handle their vendors who want to buy leads from them. So
Hello.
yeah.
How's your campaign set, and how do you set your campaigns to get the maximum lead? Is there any like hidden secret, hidden thing you know about making your campaign work all the time, always?
No. Like if I show you my ad account, you guys will be quite astonished, because remember when I said it cost me $45 on average to get a lead. Look at this campaign, okay? Look at these campaigns now. You all will be surprised to see that cost per lead $159. Oh, fuck. 159, 131, 159, 349, 119, 244, 117. There are campaigns which will completely fuck you over, but then there are the amazing campaigns which will give you a really good profit. Like for example, like I think, okay, this campaign, $53 cost per lead, 1,500 it costed me. My client has paid me for 28 leads, like about $3,000. So I've made $1,500 profit just on this one campaign. So there's no secret as such, to be honest. You will, with trial and error, you'll understand what is working in your industry and what is not. But at the end of the day, with Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok ads, everything, it's all a game of just trial and error. You run something, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I'll give you a very good example, okay? Just something that if anyone of you all have run ads or know about media buying, you all will understand this. I have this one client who I was just not able to get leads at the right price. Okay, I was like trying all the different methods, combinations, um, everything I could possibly think of. I tried, and I was just getting screwed. Like, see, $109 means I've spent $500 on this campaign, and I've only got 5 leads. 547 spent only 5 leads. So if you look at the numbers over here, the data of this campaign, you'll see that my cost per click is $5. Click-through rate is 1.2%. Anyone in marketing knows that 1% is your baseline. Anything above 1% is good. Your cost per click, $5, really good. You have your CPM, $62 for Austin, which is a big city. It's good. And I have 105 link clicks. Means 105 people have actually clicked my ad and gone to the form. Typically, I get 1 in 10 conversion. So from 105 leads, I should have gotten 105 clicks. I should have gotten 10 leads. Instead, I've gotten 5. So the analysis that goes on here is, why are they clicking but not filling out the form? Why are they not completing the form? So to test my hypothesis that the form is the cause of the issue, I changed the form. My first form, the intro of it had this fancy looking house, and the headline was "Get the premium painting experience with text." And then it has some bullet points, and it has most preferred painters, whatever.
Have
Okay,
you
so
designed it?
this is all I've done all of this. Okay,
Okay.
so this is the first form that was not getting me the completion. It was screwing me over. So shut this campaign down, relaunch the campaign. Creatives are pretty similar. here I just changed the form. I changed the form to say that this is my headline now. Your info is never shared, only one painter calls you. Then it goes to the reviews, you get a free estimate. That was the only change I made. Can you believe that this change, that assuring people that we don't sell their data and they are not going to get spammed by hundreds of painting companies, and they're not going to get like bombarded by calls. This one change took my cost per lead. Look at this campaign here. It's like I am so fucking amazed. Look at this, $50. It made the cost per lead literally half. I've got 46 leads. I've spent $2,345 and got an amazing cost per lead. So to answer your question, there's no trick as such. It is just a matter of testing, seeing the data, understanding what could be the problem, trying to fix it, testing again, seeing whether that fix is working. Now I know. Now one more point is, this is the benefit of having one niche. I realized that for this painter, this one change has brought down my cost per lead by half. So what I did is I took that one change and I put it to all my other clients. Now all my other clients forms say only one painter will call you. This is the painter who's going to call you. Your information is not sold. And overall my entire agency cost per lead has come down. Understanding? That is why it's like important to have a niche and important to keep testing. Just to answer your question about my campaign setup, there are a couple of tricks in B2B. For B2C, not so much. It's you have to for B2C, your creative is the most important thing. So it's like my creative is I always use videos. I've tested images for painting industry don't work. I stick to videos. We do like I keep it below 30 seconds. The structure of the video is the first 5 seconds is the hook, which gives people like the offer or gives them a like or just captures their attention. The remaining like say 20 seconds is talking about why the customer would benefit from choosing this company as their painters as opposed to any other company. So it talks about when you hire Tex Painting, your house is protected with our 7-year warranty. You don't have to worry about cleaning up after us because we leave the job site amazing, completely clean after we finish a project. All of that, 20 seconds. Last 5 seconds is the call to action. Click the get offer button below, fill in your information, and I will call you to schedule a free estimate. So creative is your hook, body, and your call to action. Second thing is this headline is the second most important thing, which is here. Yeah, this is your headline. Just you have to just make sure that it's not getting cut out. So you can see like it ends. You might want to put more and more information, but you have to just control yourself and put as little information as you can. Be concise. Keep a small headline with your main offer. And then the third most important thing is these first two sentences of your body, because it shows up on the top of the fold. The CMO, it shows up before the CMO. So the people's attention first goes to the creative, then they look at the headline, then they look up to see what is the text. What is the text talking about? With your body, just to break this down a little bit, again, your body copy is you have to have your main offer hook in the start. I did like a full analysis of my ads with Claude, and Claude told me that having like these words in capital, like offer, free, stuff like that, capitalized, is going to convert better based on all my data. So yeah, that's why I put it. And then one thing to note is just to keep, so something to keep in mind when you're writing copy. It should always be focused on your customer, not on you or your product or your company. So when you're writing copy, if you see we, me, my, all of these words more than you, you're doing something wrong. If you look at this copy, it says you get a company that's been serving. You're in good hands. Your home is painted, you're covered. You get a 5-year bulletproof warranty. Your home is always protected. You can always also get interest-free financing. When you hire Tex Painting, you're supporting local business. And then right at the end, it says, we'll call you. See, I have the only once at the end, like we'll call you to give you a free quote. The rest of the entire copy is focused on my customer, my lead. So keep that in mind. That's like a general principle for copywriting. Um, that is like this section is what's going to be the deciding factor of whether your campaigns perform or not. Your creative, your headline, and then your the first part of your body, and then the rest of the body text. Then next level is your form. As you all saw, the form is a huge factor in the cost per lead. You have to get your form right, the messaging in the form. You have to have the right questions so that you are. It's not too easy to submit the form, but not too difficult. You have to have that balance. So I found like 6 to 7 questions is the max you can do before people let's just stop filling out the form. So I've got one, two, three, and then I've got four, five, six questions, and then you have your call to action at the end. Targeting wise, I found that with B2C campaigns, just open targeting is ideal. You only have your location targeting that you do. So I have this 25 miles around Austin, which is making sure that the location is there. Then I exclude, like I have these exclusions that I put. I don't know if it will show up. Yeah. So I exclude these areas on the map around my target area because sometimes Facebook does fucking chutia and just gives you leads from any other weird places also. So I just exclude these areas around. Sometimes I'll just put I'll do this exclude and then I'll do add locations in bulk. I'll put regions of state and then I'll take a list of states. I'll tell Claude, give me a list of all the states in the US except Texas. I'll put that away and exclude every state in the US except the state that my client is in, just to make sure that I'm not getting out of location leads. Just make sure all these things are checked off, unchecked. Age is important. Like I don't want to show my ads to like 18-year-olds or 20-year-olds because they don't own homes. So age is going to be important. Gender, I don't touch. I don't use custom audiences for B2C. Demographics, I don't use. Languages, I specify English, but I don't really want to target Spanish speaking people. Targeting wise, that's the only thing. Placements on an account wide level, I've said that I want to exclude audience network, banners, Facebook right column, Facebook marketplace. I've excluded all of that stuff on audience on an account level, so none of my campaigns will show over there. All my campaigns are instant forms, and yeah, that's basically the campaign setup. For B2C, for B2B, there is a very good strategy that I think it's kind of old school. I don't know if anybody does it anymore, but it still performs really well. I'll give that strategy to you all next time. Next time we meet, just remind me to share that with you. Okay, Manan?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
do
just
you
remind me.
only charge on conversion? If it's get converted into a lead only, like if they are not, like if they are converting into a lead, but they are not interested later on, like do they still pay you
They
for
still
that
pay.
lead?
They still pay. They still pay.
And one more thing, like we just saw, like you had this ad copy where the body thing, in which there was a like they had this offer of $500 for
Hmm.
a paint. Like, was this
Yeah.
recommended by you, or was the client already offering that deal? Like you
No, no. That is
discussed with
me.
the client.
That's me. I told the client we are going to test these three, four different offers because what happened was since I narrowed down to this niche and I'm running different campaigns for different painters, I found that this offer, which is where's that wherever the offer is working well for some of my other painters. I came and I told this guy, hey, these two, three are the offers we are going to test. Obviously, you have to go by their benchmarks. So they are willing to give $500 discount on a $5,000 project. So sticking to that same benchmark, I crafted a different offer. It's the same thing, just a different way of saying it. Like most of these painters, when I got into the industry, because standing out is very important. You have to set yourself apart and set your clients apart from the rest of the crowd. Every painter in the industry was saying 10% discount, 10% discount, 10% discount. Everyone was doing that. I came in and I turned it around and I said, we'll give you $500 of free paint with this full exterior, with this full project, with this painting project. That actually got an amazing response from leads, brought my lead cost down. My client was fine with it because it's not costing him more than what he was anyways offering. He was anyways offering 10%, $5,500. I'm saying the same thing. It's just a different way of putting it across. It's your responsibility to come up with offers that you can test and improve your results when you're in this niche, when you're in this industry. You cannot rely on your clients' offers.
Got it,
Faizan, I
got
had a question. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, as I told you, I am thinking of home care as a niche. What are your thoughts on that? Just to get a reality check.
Um, See, I don't know much about this and this niche to be honest. Home care. Have you done any research around it?
Yeah, actually, I have been doing some on
Yeah,
Facebook. I've made that, and yeah, I mean, I have booked 2 to 3 calls, but I have not converted them.
not converted yet.
So,
Okay.
and I also use Claude to do proper research, just to give again in
Hmm.
reality check, and
So
it
let me
told me,
ask you
of
a
course,
question. Who's the
yes,
custom? Who's buying the lead from you? Is it these home healthcare agencies or is it like those hospitals or something like that? Who are the ones
no,
buying the lead from you?
proper home care agencies.
Home care agencies. Okay.
Yeah.
And your leads are oldies, I'm assuming, right? Like 50 plus, 50 to 65 plus.
Pardon me, I
The
didn't get you. I didn't get you.
the age group of your leads that they will buy from you 50 plus,
Uh-huh.
right?
No. So see how I this works is when I am looking for home care for my mom. So I am busy with my job and stuff. So
Hmm.
mostly people between let's say 30, 40, or let's say till 50. They are the
Hmm.
ones who will be looking for all of the services.
Okay. Oh, so your
Yeah, yeah,
customer is the kids of the parents.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. And so with these agencies, like
Mhm.
say for example, this agency is in Austin, Texas. Can
Okay.
this agency take a lead that's in Florida or that's in New York,
No,
or
no,
will they
it
no?
can't. No,
It can't.
no.
Okay.
They have to
So
operate
that
within like 50 or 60 miles kind of radius.
that is a drawback actually because
Mm-hmm.
it's going to make it difficult for you to scale. So
Okay.
if you're doing paper lead, you have to be able to have multiple buyers, multiple clients who are competing for the same lead, right? So as an example, let's say we're talking about health insurance. Your client is a insurance agency. Your customers are anywhere in the US. So let's say you get a lead from that is inquiring about insurance. You have two or three agencies on your roster who are buying leads from you. You send the lead details to them. They between the three of them, either they decide like not between the three of them, but whoever gets to the lead first can buy. Okay, that's one. Or one of the three buyers, you have a deal that you funnel the leads to them with with niches that are location specific. You will only have that one company in that one location. So if they don't want the lead, if they say, oh, this is not this lead is not a good fit for me, you're losing money because you have spent the money to generate the lead, but they are not willing to buy it. You always have to have like layers of people who are ready to buy your lead. So you'll have your premium guys who will pay the most. Then you have your next level of people. You can pass it on to the next guy. Or you also don't want the lead. Okay, sell it to this guy. And if you have a national niche, like it's nationwide across all 50 states of the US, it will be easier for you to scale up. Like I experienced this myself. I wanted to actually take over Florida market for painters. So I wanted to get some 3, 4 painters in every city in Florida. But it was so fucking difficult to do it because each city, each 20-mile radius, 30-mile radius, you have to have two or three clients in that who are willing to buy your leads. As opposed to like a nationwide thing, which is insurance, I can have 10 insurance agents. They can take any leads from anywhere, and all 10 of those guys will compete for my leads.
Hmm.
Makes sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I would say evaluate it from that perspective. The most important thing when you're selecting a niche is to have a niche that is nationwide. So think about all of these finance related niches like tax relief, debt consolidation, insurance, any types of insurance, uh, final expense is a big one. Like, these people pay insurance every month, every year, so that their funeral and all of that stuff is taken care of. Final expense. Look at those finance niches, and then you can also go into um, like wealth management kind of stuff, where you are generating leads for these wealth management companies, no location specific. You can get into legal in the sense like these mass torts. I don't know if you know mass torts, but a law firm can take mass tort leads from anywhere in the country. It doesn't matter where the person is. So even if you have two, three law firms who are on your roster, you're good to go. You can generate leads in the entire US. And the biggest pain is that when you're running your campaigns to generate leads for your clients, if you're focused on the small 20, 30-mile radius now, you're going to have audience fatigue coming into the picture. So you'll have to keep refreshing your ads every week. Every 2 weeks, you'll have to keep churning out new ads. But when you're doing a national campaign, which is targeting like 300 million people, your one ad can continue for 1 year and it will continue giving you good cost per lead and continue generating those leads without you having to do anything.
Okay.
But Calvin,
Makes sense?
don't you think the kind of the national campaign, which any campaign which we're running at the national level, of course, it's going to cost us much in the ad budget.
No, that's not the case. The ad budget remains the same no matter what. Like, say I want to put $50 into a local campaign, which is like a 20-mile radius. That $50 will only cover 1,000 people in a day, max. It's going to show 1,000 people my ad in that one day. Let's say I'm running that ad for 30 days. It's showing the ad to 30, 40,000 people. And that is my total addressable, my TAM, total addressable market. When I'm doing a national campaign, I can still keep my budget at $50. Meta will still show the ads to 1,000 people. But now the number of thousands that it can go to is unlimited. So it will keep finding those niches where it can spend my $50 to make sure that I'm continuing to get leads.
Got it.
Make sense?
Yep.
Like for legal and you do have to have a good budget because, like, for example, if you're getting into like these motor vehicle accidents, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the MVA niche, but it's massive in the US. Anyone who gets into a car accident, they can just sue anybody who is involved in that accident and they make like hundreds of thousands. So these lawyers, they pay like $500, $600 for one lead in this niche, motor vehicle accidents. So if you're getting into that niche, you need to have a good capital because the cost to generate those leads, like we saw for my campaign, there was $40, $50. The cost to generate these MVA leads is like goes into $200, $300, $400 to generate those leads. Not 400 actually, between $200 to $300. So to test that and to generate just 10 leads, you're gonna have to have a capital of $2 to $3,000 to uh,
So you are saying
validate
that
it.
2 to 300 is the CAC, right?
No, 2 to 300 is the CPL. The CAC would be anywhere
Yeah.
between 2 to 3,000 for the lawyer,
Oh,
for the
okay.
attorney. Yeah, so so the niche you select will also depend on how much capital you have to invest. When I started, I just had like $500, so I got into this painting because cost per lead is low and the cost per click is little less, all of that. But now that I have the funds to invest, I'm now getting into a legal niche. Um, like I'll just show you guys just so you all can see. I'm just building things out, but I've built out this landing page. If you guys can see, I'll share this landing page with you all if you want to look at it. But this is what the landing page is. So my ads will direct people to this page where they can see like the price is upfront $50 to $85. They are getting all of these details. They can see all of these details for the lead before they have to buy. They see the price, they see the details, and then they can choose to buy the lead. They know so these are my unique points. Like you can preview before you pay. There's the close window. We call and confirm and patch them to you with AI. These are my unique selling points. You'll have to figure out your own. Um, then we've got this instant outreach. I should actually show them what are the qualification criteria because these lawyers and all they want to know. I have an entire section on compliance, like how we are compliant. We use trusted form certificates. We first party generation, um, consent, TCPA, how you are covered. We give you the certificate. We retain the documentation for 5 years. the consent chain is maintained. All of these things now, building all these things is difficult when you're just starting with a low budget. But now that I have the budget, I can actually do it. So niche selection depends on how much you have to invest. Uh, and then yeah, this is going to have screenshots of the portal that they will get access to manage their leads, submit returns, buying credits, all of that stuff. And then you have your pricing, again, unique, create a free account, and then you have your FAQs over here. And then when they click this create a free account, it's going to go to my lead distribution software. They make an account, put in their preferences, buy credits, and I'll start sending them leads. So this is my funnel right now that I'm going to be testing. If anyone's interested, I'm more than happy to share the results, and I can show you guys the ads that I'm running, show you all the data, how much it's spending, what is the results, what is the conversion of the landing page. I can show you guys everything just so that you all like I'm we are in the same community, right? We are all working towards like building each other up and getting to that level. So I'm
Bro, can you show that lead generation paint wali website?
this one.
Yeah,
This one.
yeah.
Yeah, you can go to this link later. I'm going to take a look at it. And then this so my painters, not my clients, they can go over here, and then let's say they want exclusive lead, they come here, and then this exclusive lead page is there, which shows them the price of the leads. It gives them like a demo, why they should choose us, some more bullet points, FAQs, that's it. And then there's a button where they can click and go to create an account. Same thing. They click the button, create an account, put in their preferences, buy credits. I start sending them leads. That is my workflow right now. I know a lot of these paper lead agencies that will collect payment and then they'll use Google Sheets and uh, send email
We had
notifications.
this website from day one itself.
No, no, no. This is a uh, uh, result of lots of testing, trial and error, and yeah. Now, you guys have such a huge advantage than what I had, to be honest, because this website, it took us almost a week to build, just this simple website. But now, if you look at this page that I built here, which I just showed you all, this entire page with all these animations and all, took me like 45 minutes with Cloud Code, literally 45 minutes. And it has all these crazy animations, and I, it's not like it's not amazing, but it's not bad also, right? Anyone here is a landing page conversion optimization expert? Do we have any landing page experts in the house? No, nobody. Okay. Yeah, I think like then this I feel this will convert. Let's see when the data is out. I'll share it with you. I was thinking of doing this every week. Like we can just catch up for 1 hour and just talk about our issues that we are going through for the week and like get some help for if needed. Would any of you all be interested in like just getting on a weekly call on Tuesday around this time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
then
me
I'll put
too.
it in the I'll put it in the calendar. I'll add all you guys like 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna forget who all. There were more people when we started, but I guess like some of them dropped off. Folks had to go, and this call has gone on longer than I expected also. But yeah, so I'll set this up for Tuesday 8 p.m. 8 to 9. We can just hop on a call chat, even if like don't have any issues. We can just like catch up and talk about your business, whatever. I'll share whatever I'm doing on my end with ads and stuff like that. And yeah, so
So
just
my concern is, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
go on, go on.
So my concern is very fair and simple. See, before putting very heavy money, like how you have built things, I really
Hmm,
want to A/B test first. Like,
hmm,
is this thing working for me? So, without going into these digital infrastructures for websites, or stuff like that. So how do I get started? Like, to be very honest.
How do you get started? See, like I'll be like, to be frank with you, you can, your A/B testing, you can either do it like half-heartedly, just, I just want to test it to see if it's working, or you can actually invest like a little bit of time to test it properly. What I mean by testing properly, first of all, I don't know what is your time commitment that you have available. Are you you I'm I you said you are working full time, right? It's
Okay,
okay, don't
so
worry.
I
Like
have a full
families
time.
around, people are walking behind kids. It's fine, man. It's okay. They're all
So
casual over here.
actually, the thing is my kid will juggle things up, and she might even turn off the laptop and see what the kind of stuff she's doing.
Very cute. She's got it.
Yeah. So no, the thing is, okay, I am juggling between the job and this lead generation thing. See, why I want to do lead generation, because I want to get my things into Meta and Google Ads. I'm a part of paid search analytics, to be very honest with you.
Okay.
Being into Amazon, selling stuff on Amazon for clients. Okay, handling like 1 crore, 2 crore budget every month, doing
Hmm.
media planning strategies and everything. That's the thing. See, I am doing this to make it a part time, and then slowly and steadily tomorrow, after a year or two, maybe quit a job and doing this as a full time.
Hmm.
So yeah, the time commitment right now could not be a full time.
See, you don't need to be full time. When I started my agency, the painting lead gen one, I was working a full time job as well. But I don't know if you all know what Mumbai trains are. You all must have seen those videos and all, where the jam-packed trains and all that shit. I I didn't have to go through all of that. I was working an online job for a UK agency. I was working 8 hours a day, and then all the rest of my time was free. So I could invest all of the other time that I had into this agency to build it up. So you don't have to do it full time. You should do it at the side, alongside what you're doing right now, till you build the side thing up. Once the side thing builds to more than where you are right now, then you can transition. What I
Definitely.
suggest, what I suggest when you're just starting now, again, like, this may sound like I'm trying to promote my software or whatever, but that's not the case. Uh, the software is free to use. You can go in there. There's a landing page section. You can make a landing page. I suggest you choose a name for your company. Keep it open ended so that it's not like, it's not too niche. Like, you say pet, you're getting into pet care and you specifically want to do, uh, let's say, house sitting, and you choose a company name that's home sitting for pets. You can't choose a name that is so niche down. You have to broaden it up so that you can pivot anytime. Choose a company name, buy a domain which will cost you like 1,000 rupees, 800 to 1,000 bucks. You buy a domain. You can go in here, you add your domain to this thing. You can add your domain here, build out a very simple landing page. Like, we just need one page where people can come and go to your website and see what you're offering.
Right.
You can use this form section to build out lead capture forms that you then put into your landing page. Anyone who's interested fills out the form. You get that information. What you will need is also a Google Workspace account. Which will link to your domain. So it will be like Abhineet at whatever your company name is .com. That gives you credibility. That also doesn't cost much, like 150 bucks a month or something that costs. So it's barely empty. Get that email address. You link it up over here under this email settings so that your notifications are going out to you, to your clients and all that. And then you need a way to call US customers. You need a way to be able to call and text them. So that is Twilio. Now Twilio will allow you to create a free account, and then you only pay based on your usage. I have no affiliation with these guys. I just use them. That's my recommendation. You create a free account. You can buy one phone number, which is like a local US number. It's like $1.15 per month to keep that number active, and then you're paying per minute. I think it's like probably $3 for 100 minutes or something. $3 for 10 minutes or 15 minutes or something like that. It's a very small amount. So get that, get Twilio, get an email, get that your basic landing page, get a way to capture these leads, and get a way to collect money too. So when you close the deal, you can collect your payment. That's it. That is the very basic that you need to get started and start testing.
Right. Okay. From the ad operations perspective, let's say I'm running a Meta ads on Meta. So there I would be needing 2 campaigns, right? One for the B2B clients, which would be approaching me,
Yeah.
and another one for them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Two
That's how it
campaigns.
works, right?
Yes, that's how it works. So you, depending on your budget, your time availability, and your how far you want to grow and how quickly you want to grow, you would typically have your B2B ads running non-stop. So you will have your ads continuously going on, because so that your ideal customers are seeing your ads, and you're getting, actually you should be booking at least 2 or 3 appointments a week. So you're taking 2 or 3 sales calls a week, and may you could, if you're good, you could close maybe 2 or 3 clients a month. That would be like amazing, a really good benchmark to have. And while your B2B ads are running, as you close the deals, then you launch the campaign for the B2C. So then you're launching your separate campaign. What I did is I did not use any of my clients' branding, because it's a huge pain. So getting access to their Facebook pages, Instagram pages, all of that shit is like a pain. So I scrapped all of that. I used to run the ads through my own brand only, which is Primer Jobs. So my Facebook page, my Instagram page, my ad account, everything is mine. Client is not involved in anything. And because of that, I never had to ask them for approval on my ads. I never had to run the ads by them and say, oh, is this okay with you? Do you want me to change anything? No, fuck that. This is what it is. These are the ads I'm running. You have to take the leads or not. I never went into that approval shit and all, because I hated that. And you can only do that when you're running the ads through your brand. You can't do that when you're doing it through their pages and stuff. So Facebook page, Instagram page, website, all of these things, and you can very easily test with a small budget. You don't have to spend a lot to test. What's your budget, Abhinav, if you don't mind me
Like,
asking?
yep. So
How much are
right
you willing to
now,
like put in to test this out?
so maybe 10 grands, 15 grands,
Rupees or dollars?
rupees.
10, 15 grand. Okay. 10 grand is how much in USD?
Around like how much? Not even like close to
It's around
$100.
100. Yeah, it's
100?
100.
Not going to be enough, to be honest. Like, I think the minimum you'll need is around 500 to properly test your.
Like how much would ad cost? Like let's say ad budget for a month. Keeping it. Oh,
Um,
I forgot one thing. Like these payment gateways and all. Those are also going to be pain in the ass, right? Initially.
Yeah, but payment gateways are not a cost. Payment gateways only charge you a percentage of what your revenue is. You don't have to pay anything to the payment gateways. So you have to set it up, but there's no cost. You are only paying them as you're getting paid. At budget, see, again, it depends on the niche you're getting into. Like, for example, if you're getting into a legal niche, you will need to have a really high budget, because the auction is so high that you will end up paying $15-20 for each click. So then you'll have to be able to spend about $150-200 just to get one lead, to get your first lead. And then you'll have to spend like 1,000-1,500 to get those first 10 leads, which are B2B. And then from those 10 leads, you might get, say, 5 appointments. And from those 5 appointments, you might close one deal. So you have to spend 1,500 to 2K US dollars to get your first client. But if you go to a niche that is lesser competition, smaller revenue job size, like, you bring the level down to maybe um, someone who's walking dogs or something like that. Then
So,
you're
like, how do I identify that? See, like you identify at your level that okay, home painting would be something that which cost me less. So that I could not able to understand. Like, see, right now I come from a call center background. Also, I used to be a travel agent before. So I
me
used
too, man. I'm call center background.
same. So I used to book flights for people in the US. So I understand their geographies, their time zones.
Hmm.
I even understand their cities and states. So if you ask me how many cities are there in Florida from the metropolitan perspective, I can tell you that. I can. So I know how, all those cities, East Coast airports, West Coast airport. I know all of these things. So the thing is this, but I don't understand like what travel is something every Tom, Dick, and Harry is into. Travel is something that.
Yeah.
So it's like people in India setting as some people are doing fraud, some people are really doing on a real basis. But travel is something everybody's into, and I know I can generate some calls for them, stuff like that. But this time I want to divert something away from the top calls, something that's very niche, and really not understanding like what that niche is. To be very
To be
honest, like
honest with you, like to be honest, niche finding out something that's very niche is completely overrated. You will never get an industry that has no competition. And if you look at it from this way, the reason there's competition is because there's demand. If you go into somewhere where there's no competition, that means there's no demand, and you're going to struggle. You're going to fucking struggle. You'll have to educate those people, show them this, that, that. But if you get into a niche where the clients are already used to buying leads, like if you get a client who's already buying leads from some other source, but it's not enough, and they want to expand, scale up, it's going to be a very easy sale because they know how it works. They know that buy leads, pay the money, convert the thing, close the deals. They know everything. It's going to be a easier sale. So I wouldn't
so.
suggest finding something very niche. I would suggest doing research and starting off with a beginner friendly niche, which would be like the finance related ones that I told you. Another big one is this business loans in the US. So where these
Okay.
people they reach out to businesses and they offer financing. So 75,000, 100,000, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, whatever. Collect the lead, send it over to that lender to the lender, and they get paid. That is also a good niche, low cost per lead. Like you're paying maybe 20, $30 to generate the lead for the client, and then you can sell it for maybe 50, $60 each. So your initial investment reduces a little bit. You'll understand with experience, and you'll understand as you do a little bit of research, and also use that tool that I told you about now, the niche selector. It will actually give you some very good insights related to what could work well for you. So do this quiz. I'd recommend that you would take probably like 5 minutes. It's like an aptitude test, but it's just to basically help you identify which niche would be a good fit. And it takes into all these consideration all the factors like the national level buyers, the cost of the like how much your budget is. So it will give you niches according to what your investment budget is. Niches that have lower cost per lead. Um, it will take into consideration how much time you have to invest. Like for someone who has full time, who can invest like the full day or whatever, it will recommend a different niche versus you if you have only 3 or 4 hours. It will recommend a different niche. So try it out and start your research from there. How many of you are using Claude, by the way? Like, do you guys use Claude regularly?
Yeah, I use Claude regularly from
Yeah,
level. So let me tell you this. Claude gave me three ideas, and these are very really good ideas. One was based on the real estate thing, but I know real estate over there is very costly, and speculating cost per lead is also very costly in real estate.
Hmm.
The second one was uh, giving leads to travel agencies sitting over there and booking cruises.
Hmm.
Again, it's a very high ticket thing
Yeah,
because I come from a travel background, so I understand this thing. And
yeah. So I think in
yeah,
that case, in that case, if you're getting into this where your travel agencies are your customer, um, what you could do is you could on a lower budget you can test out without having to run Facebook ads. So I would recommend that you let me show you guys quickly, and I'm gonna have to hop off in like 5 or 10 minutes, and we can take this up on the next call. But Abhinit, just to give you like
yeah,
some starting points for your research this week, you can go to this is the niche selector. Okay, so I'll send this link in the Reddit. The community just join in there. It's just going to make it easier for me to communicate with you guys. And then go to apollo.io. Just make an account. I already have an account. Let me see. Uh, so apollo.io, you create an account. This is basically like one of those tools which you can put your filters in, and it will give you a list of people who are within that niche, and it doesn't really give you their name, email, and phone number, but it will there's a hack to get around that so that you don't have to spend a lot of money. I'll tell you wait 1 second.
So basically, this will give me the leads, B2B leads, right?
This will give you B2, this will give you a starting point for your um like it will give you a list. You'll have to still scrape it to get their email addresses and phone numbers. So
Okay,
I
for those travel agencies.
for the travel agents. So yeah, I'll show you how you can do that. So this is Apollo. Anyone has used this before? Any of you guys used Apollo? No? Okay.
Okay,
You don't need,
the third, yeah.
you don't need a paid account. You just use the free account. Basically, all you're doing is you are using these filters. So your filter, you'll have to explore what your filters are for this particular niche. Like probably you'll have to put job is travel agent and industry is travel and tourism. All of that stuff you'll have to put. And then there is this one which is very important. Okay, this you go to email. Uh, yeah, here. So these are all the filters you can use. You go to email status, make sure this is verified, and then your persona. You can just create a persona, or you can just use education, location. You'll have to put United States, industry and keywords. You put your travel keywords, industry, whatever. Um, that's practically it. And then you can put the job. I think you can put job titles also. So maybe you only want to speak to owners, founders, CEOs. You don't want to speak to like a receptionists and stuff. So you put the job titles here. Once you have this list, now you'll probably have like maybe you should aim to have build a list of at least 10,000 um, business owners who are running travel agencies in the US. You take that list, you copy this link, and I have a guy who will take this link and scrape all of these things. Because if you look at it here, Apollo doesn't give you the email addresses and phone numbers, but this guy will take this link from you and he will, I don't know how he does it, but he scrapes it. And for every 1,000 leads or something, he charges $2. So it's like for 10,000 leads, you'll have to pay $20 or something, which is like what, I don't know, 2 grand or something, which is very cheap. So you take those 10,000 leads and start emailing, cold email, cold call. If you want to keep your budget low, if you have the money for Facebook, you take that 10,000 ka list, upload it to Facebook as an audience, and you can run ads specifically um, to that list.
Yeah,
That is,
that custom lookalike feature in Meta.
it's not lookalike. People mistake it with lookalike. It's not lookalike. It's custom. So you're not. So
It's custom.
lookalike is like you put the audio, you put your custom audience, and then Meta will find lookalikes based on that. You
Based
are
on that.
only targeting the custom audiences, and a lot of people. This was the B2B one that I was talking about. I think half of the folks are left, but this is something that will be very useful to you, all of y'all, when you are doing your B2B ads. It's going to give you a very good cost per lead on Meta. Like you probably spend $10-15 per lead, which is like you can test it with $100. You get 10 to 15 leads, and it will be a good trial. And yeah, you can go from there, man. And I like just keep your expectations also in place. You're not gonna hit the bullseye on the first throw of the fucking what is that dart. You'll have to attempt to throw it a few times before you may get it to stick. So don't be discouraged if you don't make it the first time. Figure out what went wrong and just pivot and um like yeah, just don't give up. That's what I say.
Calvin, I have a out of context question. Can I ask it?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
What's the most expensive thing you have bought in your this agency kind of journey?
A house.
Okay,
I bought a house with the like
amazing.
my agency. Like I feel like I'm really blessed in these 2 years to 3 years that I've been running this agency. It has taken care of my entire family's expenses, everything, like literally everything. My wife has not had to work during her pregnancy and all that stuff. Like she has, we have been very financially stable, secure,
Wow.
no care in the world.
Mhm.
Hospital expenses, we had a lot of unexpected hospital expenses, almost 10 lakhs last year, which I was able to pay very easily. I bought a house also, and this agency has given me all of that. So yeah, I'm very thankful, man, and that's why I'm like just trying to help because in India we don't really have that culture, no, of business. Apart from these Gujus, Marwadis, and all that, like a lot of Indians focus on that job, career, work for 50
Yeah,
years and then
stability card.
retire. Which our parents have all done that only. Like all of our parents, I'm sure, spend their entire life at one company and then retired and now they're chilling. So I would like I want to encourage everyone to like have at least a small business that you can make few lakhs sort of per month to give you that financial
How
freedom.
do you manage the taxes in US and India simultaneously?
So the good thing is now if you don't have any employees in the US and you don't have any physical like you don't have a physical office or any physical assets in the US, you don't have to pay any US taxes. There are two forms that you have to send every year to the IRS. You can just ask Claude or something. It's like Form 117 something like that. You just fill in those two forms and you send it to the IRS once a year. You don't have to pay any taxes. You have to just deal with your Indian taxes. Yeah, I've got a hop off. I've got a call in some time. It was fun. Um, Next Tuesday,
Yeah.
I'll see you all at 8 o'clock. I will join that Reddit community so that I can just post things in there and be in contact. I don't
Yes,
like
sir.
to all on Reddit, so I think that's the best place.
It
I'll
was a wonderful session, man. Thank you.
Seriously, thank you, Kelvin. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it
I'm
was
uh,
quite insightful.
I'm glad I was able to help
People
you guys.
usually don't share these things. It was like wonderful from your side to help us out.
honestly, I was scared of joining the link. I thought
Yeah,
something like
same.
session wait, but it's not like that. And thank you so much, yeah. It's so insightful. Like I like I can see you are the same. We are the guy in the same domain. You're a performance marketer
Yeah,
in a true sense. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, very relatable. And thank you. Yeah. Thank
No
you so
man, you
much.
don't have to thank me. Like just do. I like when people take my advice and actually take action on it rather than just listening and letting it pass away. And then I feel like I've wasted my time on that person if I've given somebody some advice and they don't at least try it out. So just take whatever, see what we can implement. And next week we'll do a what do you say, debriefing, and
Yes,
we'll see
sir.
how everyone's things went. I'll get this recording to you all. You all want the recording to like I don't know if it will help. I'll get the recording. I'll put like certain chapters for
Yeah,
each
that'll be great.
section,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will
and
be
we can.
helpful.
I was already screen recording this thing.
Okay, fine.
I-
So yeah, you all don't keep the recording. Don't share it. Like I don't think everyone would be comfortable sharing it. But what I'll do is I will make those chapters for y'all so that you can just click it and go to that particular chapter if you want to just look at any topic. Or if you have questions, just put it in the Reddit channel. I'll do a quick selfie video and I'll just answer the question. I don't like to type a lot, but I can just record a video and you know answer the questions. And we're happy to help, man. I'm looking forward to like building a little small community of us who are to financial freedom and to having our own businesses. And yeah, good luck, guys. See
Thank
you
you.
all.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Calvin.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
Thanks
you.
for
you.
Thank
everything, man.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good guys, man. Good guys. Yeah. Abhijit guys, isn't that Abhijit? He's a good guy. I hope they just take government things here.